belts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster. An absolute monster. And then you should learn how to control it.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Are you not entertained?
Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
We have losers. We have losers.
Everybody's very fat, everybody's very stupid, and everybody's very rude.
Is it possible you're wrong?
No.
Then there's no point in talking to you.
You know
just
why,
might as well
Dr. Phil,
leave.
when my is what she said.
No.
You can't handle the truth.
Alrighty, and we are testing, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the very first episode of the War on Offense, people. It is time to throw some of this woke bullshit out the fucking window. Yes, that was longer than 7 seconds. Thank fuck for that. Okay, how is everybody? I'm still slightly hungover, not gonna lie. It's been a bit of a morning. Don't you fucking start with me, Xcomer. I can see the audio coming through. You gotta be shitting me. Is it actually? And now you just get to sit here while I stare at a screen and wait for it to load. Because people are assholes. Why is that video not even loading? What is even going on? Why is that not? Swear to God. Why is that video not even loading? You guys are assholes. Seriously. Way to ruin the first episode. Cheers. It's months. Yeah. Well done. And now I was fucking around with audio. Well done. Anyone wanting an update on Hoag's out of surgery, posted an update on Twitter. Oh, lovely. Okay. Alright. Let's fucking get into it, because now I'm pissed off and you did it already. Congratulations. Also, Xcoma, thank you very much for the super sticker of the hippo and the 5 memberships. Someone's being extra, epic fail. Where'd they go? So congratulations to Tessa K, John Parson, Miss Natty Lamar, Kitty, Brian Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all 5 of them. Tease because you care. No, you tease because you like seeing me fucking boomer. Hair looks good. Thank you very much, Carlos. I appreciate that. Sorry. Oh, good, Xcomer. When will you learn? Watch me, don't fall for Pal and Mighty Meat. I really should have, Impish. I really should. Also, thank you very much to everyone that joined me for the New Year's stream last night. People were extraordinarily generous as well, so thank you very much for that too. Alrighty. Let's get the fuck into it. Wait, where's my news one? Okay, so covering this we have... Shark Week is racist. Washington Post claims annual Discovery Channel Predator Fest features too many white male experts on screen. Seriously. Yeah, well look, Marty, given that like 5 minutes before I went live, I was going to completely scrap this and give you 5 minutes to get ready. Okay. The Washington Post, shock horror. The lovely rag that brought us the Amber Heard article has published an online article on the week of the 9th, I am running slightly behind with this. Citing research accusing the Discovery Channel's annual Shark Week of overwhelmingly featuring white men as shark experts compared to other demographics. Good fucking god, shock horror. It's almost as if they're the people that might have actually taken an interest in it and be qualified for it. I don't fucking know. The article claimed that the fan-favourite predator-centric week lacks diversity and overrepresents guys named Mike. They're coming for you, Mike. I demand you clear my good name. I don't think I said a word against you, Val. Fucking Mike. The study was led by Lisa Whitenack. There's a bit of, like, hypocrisy there for you. Miss Whitenack. Oh, and surprise, surprise. Oh, no, this is Sophie for the Daily Mail. This is the article taking the piss out of the Washington Post. It was led by a biology professor who grew up loving sharks, but seeing very few people who look like her on TV. Oh, that's a bit harsh. That's a dead shark. Yeah, so she's upset that a bunch of people didn't look like her. Lisa's a racist bitch. She said that because women were underrepresented in shark documentaries, she was unaware that she could become a shark researcher. Maybe you should have talked to your parents then. Or, you know, surely you'd be used to there being blood in the water. Why would I know that I could do that? I don't know, common fucking sense? I don't come from a family of scientists. I didn't see very many people that look like me on television. Well, that's a bit more of an issue. But I don't think you should be zeroing in on fucking Shark Week over this shit. You know, there isn't the thing that you pull out and see it and get all the answers you need. Oh, look, to be fair, she's probably, you know, what, 50s? So she was probably a little bit upset that, you know, the internet and mobile phones and all that kind of crap didn't come through until, you know, after the Stone Age. But anyway, she used the bug as an opportunity to study whether Shark Week was feeding audiences the wrong messages about sharks and who studies them. The research team watched Shark Week programming dating back to the late 90s and discovered that it emphasized negative messages about sharks, lacked useful messaging about shark conservation, and overwhelmingly featured white male experts, including several of them with the same name, Mike. As I said, they're coming for you, Mike. Go! Run for your life.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
50s and looks like a meltdown in progress. Be funny if they blamed white guys named Quint. David Schiffman, a conservationist member of the team, said the program, which dates back to back 34 years, featured more white experts and commentators named Mike than women. I'm fucking shocked. Maybe it's just something. Maybe it's just that the guys named Mike like to chase sharks, jump in the water. When is it too much for them? How far will they go? No clue. Yeah, she has 50 cats. More like 11. Passing by to find out how the future is. Look, it's not bad. Weather's nice. Nice temperature. Can't complain too much. Nothing that I need to give any, like, massive warnings about either. Is she from Ohio? I'm glad you enjoyed that video. I still want to see what I still want to see if Rackets and Drex pick that up, but ask Drex about going into the water with sharks. So they want women named Mike? Oh, sorry, wrong one. They want women named Mike, apparently. Have no electricity at the moment, but I'm trying to convince my mum to watch your stream live. Haha, lovely. Mike is short for Michael, and he was in Jaws. Oh, he was too. Michael! Taking 2022 for another 40 minutes. Oh, well, there you go. She includes her pronouns on her Twitter profile. Definitely. Definitely. When there are hundreds of people of colour interested who work in the field, and when my field is more than half women, maybe it's not an accident anymore that they're only featuring white men, he said. Someone's chasing clout. The article's author, Daniel Wu, also cites marine biologist Catherine MacDonald, who previously wrote that women in marine sciences are likely to encounter the field's misogynistic culture. She wrote in a 2020 Scientific American piece that Shark Week further concentrates power in the form of publicity and media attention in the hands of white male-featured scientists, exacerbating academic power imbalances. Once more with feeling, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi! So apparently now, gents, we're getting too much power because we're doing too many documentaries. That's like the 5th time he tried to send that. Really? Shark Week, that's racist. I know, right? Has a rabbit and dragon, though. Check a sock drawer. Oh, Jesus. Tory, Grant, and Carrie had no problem with sharks. Yeah, rest in peace, Granny Imahara. Bet sharks hate Shark Week. Oh... Carly Bohannon is also featured in the article. She's the co-founder of Minorities in Shark Sciences. These people have first world problems and nothing better to do with their time. And someone who is actively working to amend the unbalanced demographic trend lines of who is featured in shark programming. Diversity in people brings diversity in thought, which ultimately brings innovation. Being able to see someone who looks like me in the field really has an impact. So watch any of the other shark documentaries. I can think of at least a few off the top of my head that had women in them. In response, direct or indirect, to Discovery's apparent lack of diversity amongst shark experts, National Geographic inked a partnership with Minorities in Shark Sciences that allowed members of the organisation to compete in the network's competing Shark Fest. Will I be on Nick's stream tonight? I fucking doubt it. Nearly spit out my beer when he said minorities in shark studies. My only one that finds it ironic her answer to racism is to put minorities in shark-infested water. I'm stalking her, she's boring, you need some sort of personality to be on TV or YouTube. She should work on that. Well, there you go. Now, this was one of the articles basically taking the piss out of the Washington Post article. Let's actually go and see what they had to say for themselves. First world people need to learn there are real problems in the world. The woke nonsense is a load of rubbish. I know, right? Got a Nick laugh. How does a minority study sharks in the absence of appropriately appropriated angler culture? Oh, finally New Year. Yay. Happy New Year. Oh, actually, I also want to look at the Fox News, because this was a bit interesting. Shark Week isn't diverse enough. Overwhelmingly features white men, researchers claim. Researchers reportedly told the Washington Post that Discovery Channel's famous week-long block of shark-related content isn't diverse enough. Well, I don't know, they got makos, they got great whites, they got grey nurses, they got the, not bluefins, tiger sharks. You know, I think they've got the diversity covered for the most part, don't you think, guys? And then you got like the cookie cutter sharks and all the diversity in thought, as long as those thoughts all agree completely with them, and if they disagree at all, then they need to be censored as being racist and misogynistic. In an article titled "Shark Week Lacks Diversity, Overrepresents Men Named Mike," experts say. Washington Post's Daniel Wu spoke with the leader of a team of scientists who examined hundreds of Shark Week episodes. I shit you not, admittedly, black tip reef shark, thank you, blue shark. Make white sharks great again. Oh, shit. I kid you not, they went back like 3 decades, admittedly, but like, who is paying these people a wage? Like, surely they should be doing something productive with society. Researchers say Discovery's programming overwhelmingly features white men as experts while emphasizing negative messages about sharks. Well, yeah, because it's not just about, you know... Some people is purely there because they want to see, like, shark attacks or sharks jumping out of the water or whatever else. It's entertainment. It's not just, like... Let's face it, Discovery Channel, National Geographic... When National Geographic started featuring all the alien stuff... Oh, no, that was History Channel. When various channels started covering all kinds of crap, they lost the credibility... Loan sharks! When they lost the credibility, there was no point in keeping it to purely documentaries. Okay? It's also for entertainment. How many people... Okay, chat. How many of you will have sat around, bowl of chips, maybe a beer if you're lucky, sitting, watching these, like... is the Megalodon still real? Have we missed something? Is the center of the Earth hollow and are they swimming around in there? All that sort of shit. It's like, seriously, people, get a life. Why suck the fun and joy out of everything? The research team's leader, Lisa Whitenack, is a biology professor at Allegheny College in Pennsylvania. Wapo writes that she loved sharks as a kid, but rarely saw any women that she could look up to when she was watching Shark Week. Whitenack reportedly ended up researching sharks anyways, and when the bug hit, she found time to study the source of her misconceptions. So she literally was sitting with her... Oh, I was going to say thumb up her ass, but that's not appropriate. She was literally sitting, twiddling her thumbs, and she had nothing better to do. Because they're in the basement. Pool sharks always take my money. There you go. Love that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Shark Week is racist. Shark Week is racist and sexist and misogynist and discriminatory against sharks, apparently. Prefer those over the very dull documentaries? Exactly. If only she would care this much about shark fin fishing, might actually make a difference. Might actually make a difference. Shark fishing's about the most fun a guy can have. They are mean as fuck. You know what? I've never had a chance to. It looks like... To be fair, I don't know that I could try and reel in a fish for, you know, hours upon end. But, it looks like it would be interesting. Shark Week's your jam, lovely. Would love to hear homeboy Trevor Noah's take on this. Likely tell you real black people aren't dumb enough to go into the ocean looking for sharks. White people insanity. Oh, shit. Thank you for everyone dropping the different types of sharks as well that he generally covered. Went diving in a cage, sharks off the east coast, they're crazy. Well, there you go. Had 2 sharks as pets. Oh, what, in the fish tank? Awesome. Hooked a hammerhead from Fort Lauderdale Pier. No shit. Rather see a shark than a graping. Study was published last month by the Public Library of Science. Whitenack and her team reportedly studied 272 episodes of Shark Week that had aired from 1988 through to 2020. Whitenack's research team said that their findings show Discovery's Shark Week actually pushed negative messaging about sharks, which they call fear-mongering, and many of the experts featured on the program were white male non-scientists. Well, let's face it, sometimes the elderly white male scientists themselves are boring as fuck, and as someone said before, you have to have some sort of personality, which I'm really concerned that these researchers didn't. So... Stupid little kangaroo saying sharks aren't real? Oh, for fuck's sake. What? Okay, fine. What in this world is real? What can we prove is real? Tug harder than anything on the planet. Shark Week is a high-profile international programming event that has potentially enormous influence on the public perception of sharks, shark research, shark researchers, and shark conservation. If you are serious about learning about sharks, don't watch Shark Week. It's entertainment. You want to learn about, like, I don't know, the mating rituals of sharks, whatever, go to a fucking library and pick up a book. Don't expect other people to provide you with shit that is not relevant. Okay? It's Discovery Channel. They can put whatever the fuck they like on. And people are free to enjoy that content. Why do people consistently try and ruin shit that is fun for other people? Why? What is the fucking point? Your love for Valhalla is real. Hello, Digger. Obsessed with sharks. Binge watch that shit on Discovery. Yeah, and it's interesting. Who in the absolute fuck has this much time to devote to pure and total bullshit? Exactly. Fucking waste of money and time. So, South Africa has officially joined us in 2023. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Nothing's real. We live in a simulation. Oh, we starting this shit. Pay to see Dylan Mulvaney get into shark-infested waters. Bet she watches MILF Manor on TLC. Okay. I haven't watched TLC in like yonks. Is it? What the fuck is that? Last time I was in Florida, landed a 6.5 lemon with a 10 weight fly rod. Took me almost 2 hours to land that thing. Shit. Okay. One co-author of the study, David Schiffman, beta, and said that Shark Week programming had more white male experts and commentators named Mike than women. Well, yeah, if there is for the most part, if there's a single white male commentator named Mike, there is probably more Mikes on that show than there are women. Let's face it. But I mean, I've watched plenty of documentaries where there's been women that have been out there dealing with the sharks. Like, the greatest of great Happy New Year's, Hayden. Thank you for being here for us that are alone and nothing to look forward to in the future. No worries, Execution. That's what I'm here for. And look, I'm playing it up a little bit this morning because I have energy, because I am happy going into 2023. Quinn says Happy New Year to you all and the rest of you lovely people. There you go. Starting 2023, watching one of my favourite streamers is a good start to the year. Lovely. If it's good content, who gives a shit? Exactly. Exactly. Why take that away from people? Why fucking ruin it? Can't stay spending New Year's Eve with hubby. Fair enough, Aaron. Enjoy. Let us know when the ball drops. There's that positive attitude. Yep. Benefit of the doubt. Hey, Fox was an Aussie sharky. Hit the like button too. Lovely. Thank you very much. I was literally just about to read that too, John. Okay. Schiffman reportedly mused that perhaps maybe it's not an accident that anymore that they're featuring only white men. Maybe, just maybe it's because the rest of the world and the rest of people are actually just like, you know, getting on with their lives and doing stuff that actually matters rather than making content, which I have no issues with. I have no issues with, you know, people that are going out there and doing that. But is this just them bitching and moaning because they're not getting the free money to go out there and be on TV? I mean, that's sort of what it feels like to me. Xcoma with another super chat. Welcome to MILF Manor. 8 hot mums leave home for a chance to find love with men half their age, but they're greeted with a shocking twist. Surprised you've not heard of it. That's news to me. That is news to me. Are there any seasons on Twitch? Do a watch party of that. Obviously, they don't send women in because scary periods. Ooh, people can't handle periods. And sharks at the same time. That's too much, man. I'm not getting into that. Money for nothing and you chicks for free. Anyone in the water on purpose with sharks is a bit mad. Anyway, as a surfer, I know, gotta bounce. Aloha sea. No worries, Carolyn. Happy New Year. Enjoy the surf. Too old enough to remember. I'm old enough to remember when TLC was educational. Periods and sharks is a bad combo a bit. Oh, over 90% of Shark Week's 229 experts were white, the study says, adding that 78% of the experts were men. Again, who the fuck cares? If the content's good, if people are watching it, you don't have the right to make that a problem. You don't have the right to impose quotas on a private fucking enterprise. This is the other thing people are not understanding. It's the same with Twitter. It's a private fucking company. They can do what they like with it. Stop bitching and moaning. You don't like it? Start your own fucking TV channel and go out there and make your own documentaries and put it on there. Or better yet, Start a YouTube channel. It costs shit all. Don't sit there and fucking waste time, people's time, and bitch and moan with this kind of bullshit. Mike could just identify as black and a female and we're good. Yeah, but then he's got to change his name to Michelle. The other alternative would be half-naked hot boys. They'd still complain. Probably. Probably. Please don't encourage these people to start a YouTube channel. Why not? Because then we could just ignore them. Definitely come here for the rants. Don't even have to listen to the actual words. Just like the tone gets me pumped up to fuck shit up. Lovely. Thank you, Michelle. We grow up seeing one type of person on TV. Shark Week was really the biggest thing, and always filled with white men. Diversity in people brings diversity in thought, which ultimately brings innovation. Blah, blah, blah. Discovery reportedly didn't respond to Washington Post's request for comment, but the company did tell NBC in Boston that it would not comment on research that has yet to pass any scientific approvals. It's not even peer-reviewed. And we're going to look at it. I've got the research. We're going to have a look. Had a YouTube channel since 2006, still only has 130 subs. Oh, well, execution. A, throw the link in the chat and I'll bring it up for you. But B, what kind of content are you doing? Mountain time right now, and then when daylight savings time happens, we change time zones and don't change time. Really? Wow. Think she's just upset men would rather look at shark in the vastness of the ocean than try and find a G-spot. Holy shit. Garrett in for the win. Holy fuck. Well done. Susan's algorithm will definitely put them on the front page and in my suggestions. Look, that's a good point. But then you just downvote them and say you don't want to see the channel. You know, actually put them in their place sort of thing. See, here's the thing. These people are bitching and moaning about not being on TV. God forbid they should actually have interaction with people that actually can say, you know, I don't like your content. I mean, fuck it. I sit here in YouTube studios, adding my tags and whatever. I see in real time when people go, ooh, I dislike this. Like, I give a fuck. It's still interaction. But at the same time, it's like, would these people actually be doing this if they were criticised to their face about what they're saying and doing? I don't think so for a second. Maybe women don't like teethy things. Maybe the sharks like white male meat. Oh, there's Execution's channel, guys. Go and give a sub. Do everything: singing, rapping, gameplay, video editing, live streams, etc. Oh, lovely. Okay. $80 people watching and only 19 likes? Really? Come on, guys. Surely my rants are worse than like this. Did you see that dislike in real time? I knew that was you, Marty. So. Alrighty. The study does admit that Shark Week contains limited conservation messaging in the analysed episodes and says relatively small changes are all that is needed to improve the presentation of shark science to public audiences. God forbid it shouldn't be about conservation. Need to rant more? We'll get there. Like things that have their own teeth, just saying. Oh, what the fuck happened there? Shark Week usually appears on television every year in July or August. In 2022, it aired from July 24 to July 30th. Let's have a quick look at... Oh, wait, hang on. Was there a video? No. Look! Literally! Woman! Cage diving! Like, seriously.
Welcome back. So I was inspired by you, Griff, and you swimming with a shark. So I went to Oahu, Hawaii, to experience my own toothy escapade.
Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Admittedly, this is a news segment. It's not an actual documentary. But she is neither a white guy named Mike, nor is she, like, boring.
for shark adventures, and I went with my gal pal Jillian Mealy, who of course you all remember from Fox and Friends. She was the brave one. She got into the water first, and then I followed, and there I am. And the best part of it all, remember when I said I would never do this because I can't swim?
Yes.
So I brought that up to Jill when she was like, hey, let's do this. And I said, I can't do this. I can't swim. And she said, you don't have to swim. You just kind of float. You just hold on to the
Brava,
kudos. Cage. And we saw
More an
those
expert.
beautiful sharks, about probably 30 of them, and it was so much fun.
Kudos to you and Jillian for going and doing that. And, you know, as we have been talking about, when you're in that environment around them.
Okay, all right. Fuck that. Did they actually add anything to this? No, they're just talking about the article. All right, let's get stuck into the WAPO article, and you can see exactly why it's just not worth wiping your ass with. Shark Week lacks diversity, overrepresents men named Mike, scientists say. Researchers say Discovery's programming overwhelmingly features white men as experts while emphasizing negative messages about sharks. If she floats, she's a witch. Lisa Whitnack loved sharks as a kid. She spent rainy days leafing through the guide to sharks in Reader's Digest. Every summer she would watch Shark Week, Discovery's annual TV event that spotlights the ocean predator with 7 days of dedicated programming. Okay, can we pick this apart straight away? Oh, hang on, actually, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, she goes on to say, I didn't know that I could become a scientist or anything. And yet she spent days leafing through Reader's Digest. And yet she's picking on Discovery Channel for Shark Week. And she's going, oh, where would I have learnt that I could be a scientist? Where would I have learnt anything else? Did they get a comment from Big Mike Obama? We all love Mike. We all love Mike. Hashtag I stand with white mics. Oh shit, I know my channel's not big enough to get that trending, but fuck, that would be funny. Scientists say rugs are made out of foot hair. Hashtag justice for Mike. But when the scientist appeared on her TV screen, she rarely saw any women she could look up to. Why would I know I could do that? She said. I don't come from a family of scientists. I didn't know many people that looked like me on television. No, but you were sitting there reading a fucking book about it as well, weren't you? You're zeroing in on what's going to give you the most clout and what would give you the most fame. Whitnack, now a biology professor at Allegheny, I don't know how to pronounce that, college in Meadville, Pennsylvania, found her way into shark research anyway. When the bug came in 2020, she saw an opportunity to study the source of her old misconceptions. Was Shark Week feeding audiences the wrong messages about sharks, and who studies them? Whitnack led a team of researchers. Oh my god, they wasted a team of researchers' time and money on this. It was Steve. Whiny attention grabbing. Now do an article, feminist, social justice warrior, journo saying that there are too many black males doing XYZ, do it for equality. If I could find one, I probably would. She had bad parents if she needed reassurance from the TV. I can't believe she wasted a team of researchers' time and effort on this. Examining hundreds of episodes that aired between 1988 and 2022. In a study published last month by the Public Library of Science, their research claims that Discovery's programming emphasized negative messages about sharks, lacked useful messaging about shark conservation. It doesn't need to. That's just your own personal opinion. Minority grant funds burnt successfully. Lacked useful messaging about shark conservation and overwhelmingly featured white men as experts, including several with the same name. A lot of people told me I couldn't build rockets and I just went and did it. Excuses don't make you better, action does. Damn straight. Absolutely. Sorry, I was coming to the no, it's not yourself, Aussie. They wouldn't dare to do it. Oh, fair enough. No, that's fine. Good God. Sorry for having the same name. Let's not have a war on offense after all we lost the war on drugs. No, fuck it. I'm tired of this woke bullshit. I really am. The programming featured more white experts and commenters named Mike than women, said David Schiffman, a conservationist at Arizona State University, who was the co-author of the study. Beta! I've really got to get that audio. When there are hundreds of people of colour interested in working in the field, and when in my field is more than half women, maybe it's not an accident anymore that they're only featuring white men. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what? I really wish that we could all just... Allegheny. Thank you. Thank you, Girl of Valley. Literally. How about no? Wait, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. That's fine. Study found that the trend persisted throughout almost all of the television events' history. Maybe that's just because older white guys that know about sharks are the ones that have nothing better to do. Did you think about that? Arizona, home to 0 sharks. Well, you know, there could be people that have sharks in, I don't know, fucking whatever. No, Prob, you said it perfect. Happy New Year's all. Happy New Year to you too. Hey, Statuesque. Over 90% of the 229 experts featured in 201 episodes were white, the study found, and about 78% were men. So what? So you're literally saying that, like, there was still, like, 2 in 10 as to women on the show, but you had no one to look up to. They're literally trying to enforce quotas on television. Only sharks we have in Wyoming are pool sharks. I am one. Could have used the money for stupid research to make their own shark documentary with all minorities. Exactly. Carly Bohannon, a marine biologist and co-founder of Minorities for Shark Sciences, praised the study for putting numbers to her and her colleagues' long-standing concerns about diversity in both the media and shark science. Again, if that's your concern, nut up, have a cup of concrete, and do it yourself. Don't bitch and moan that someone else isn't doing it. If you're standing around doing nothing, you're the goddamn problem. We all grew up seeing one type of... Oh, hang on, I skipped a sentence. When she founded her organization with 3 other black scientists in 2020, it was the first time any of them had met other black women in their field. We all grew up seeing one type of person on TV. Shark Week is really the biggest thing, and it was always filled with white men. According to separate diversity studies co-written by Schiffman, more than half the members of the American Elasmo Branch Society, an academic group supporting the study of sharks and other fish, are women. But over 70% of the group's leadership positions are held by men. Women in marine sciences can also face a misogynistic culture, marine biologist Catherine McDonald wrote in a Scientific American article in 2020. Shark Week further concentrates power in the form of publicity and media attention. Good God, they're after the power, people. They're after the power that we gain by watching shark documentaries. Look out, they're coming for us. I'm glad you're finding it hilarious, Statuesque. I am. Poor sharks have such a bad reputation, all the researchers really should go hug the nearest shark. More proof that colleges in the US are woke and should be defunded and abolished. Little hungover. This isn't coffee. Appears the focus is more on themselves than the marine life. Yeah. I don't know, the focus does appear to be on slimy, scaly, sort of vicious creatures, so, you know, we could be talking about sharks. We're probably talking about sharks. There's a reason it's called the Great White. She knew it was because white men were the only ones stupid enough to be willing to do whatever it was. If a woman claimed misogyny, then it would be true. Listen and believe. Top chat is woke. Be sure you're on live chat. Damn straight. So if doing quotas, does this mean we're getting another Indian actor? Oh, do they have research on who is studying clams? Oh, God. Concentrates power in the form of publicity and media attention. I don't know about you guys. How many of you consider Mike from Shark Week to be a publicity hound and a celebrity? I mean, you know, as far as I know, all this white scientists named Mike have so much clout and power. I mean, I wake up, I check my Twitter feed for Mike, the shark expert, and see what he tells me I'm going to do today. In scuba diving with sharks, just keep your hand inside. Oh, there you go. Mike is problematic. He's got to go. Great Barrier Reef was literally built by white males to keep women and POC out. Oh, shit. Okay. In the hands of white male-featured scientists, exacerbating academic power imbalances. Well, maybe that just means your academic writing isn't up to scratch. Damn it, Mike! Oh, in the latest study, Whitenack and other researchers also found that more Shark Week episodes included stories of attacks and other fear-mongering messages than positive language describing sharks as awe-inspiring or ecologically important, which the study called a missed opportunity. Who the fuck cares? I'm not watching Shark Week because I want to see someone walk up to a great white and hug it. Sorry, swim up to a great white and hug it. I'm watching for the blood in the water. I'm watching for the dun-dun, dun-dun. Actually, hang on. I have audio for that. But I'm not going to fuck around with it right at the second. He is a celebrity. Saw him on the red carpet, the reality show, all about Mike. I watch every episode. There you go. Gonna show my age, but never remember any controversy when Jacques Cousteau was on TV. Exactly. Exactly. But oh no, probably because he had an accent. It's not considered problematic. Who is Mike? Does anyone care? Well, apparently these women care. Apparently these women care. Some lady tourist in Hawaii was just eaten by a shark, but it didn't eat her husband. I wonder if his name was Mike. For the 20-foot shark to launch out of the water 30 fucking feet with a seal in his mouth. Exactly. That is why we watch. Not for this bullshit. Are you serious? The dun-dun even has an accent. Dun-dun. Dun, 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 dun. Moving the fuck on. Shark Week also lacked effective messaging about conservation issues, researchers said. Though Discovery has used the show to promote legislation protecting sharks, Shark Week rarely gave viewers actionable information about conservation issues, such as avoiding seafood caught in ways that also trap and harm sharks. Exactly. Shark Week is it for entertainment. I don't want to be sitting there watching a person, you know, irrespective whether they're white, black, coloured, fucking male, female, transgender, non-binary, whatever. I don't want them sitting there telling me, you can't eat this seafood because it's caught on a drumline. I don't care. For the most part, I eat shellfish. Love lobster, love prawns, love, shout out to the boiling crab in Melbourne. Brilliant food. Brilliant food. Actually, do I still have the... Yes, I do. Look. I'm even going to show it. Napkin from the boiling crab. Absolutely loved it, okay? Literally, they boil stuff in a bag, dump it on the table. Pretty sure it's a crab boil. Forgot Chinese bigot? Meh. Long lining is bad, you don't say? Exactly. Leave Shark Week alone, you buttholes. Wouldn't it be nice if they just left it the hell alone? It was because his name wasn't Mike. Jacques was good, he was French, but nobody's 100% perfect. People take things too seriously? Absolutely. Can't be doing prawns, yuck. But Whiteneck and Bohannon agreed that the biggest concern with the program's lack of diversity and how that might shape young scientists' perception of marine biology and whether they could enter the field. Coming to Louisiana for a crawfish boil? I want to. Like, this has to be like a rip-off version of like a proper Louisiana crawfish boil. And it was amazing. In Massachusetts, there are 2 shark museums that are cool. One of them has the shark from Jaws. Ooh. Shark Week, since Australians don't have us and Spanish has 2. Spain should land Australia the extra R. Allergic to shellfish and it sucks. Want to eat it but would die. Sorry to hear that. Diversity in people brings diversity in thought, which ultimately brings innovation, she said. Being able to see someone that looks like you in the field is really has an impact. So go and make your own fucking documentary. Don't rely on other people. I call bullshit on this. I think you're the problem. You're just happy for someone to sit around and not do it. And not do anything yourself. You are happy to sit around, point the finger, tear other people down for the work that they are doing, when you yourself could be pulling your finger out of your ass, getting out there, filming some sharks yourself, and supposedly being the role model that you're saying that the kids need. You are the problem. Not this. Lack of diversity in this. What about Sharknado? Better could knock a shark out. Best of luck with that. She said that Discovery has not contacted the research group. Why the fuck would they? I would be steering so clear of this that it's not funny. In 2020, National Geographic developed a partnership with minorities in shark sciences that allowed members of the organisation to participate in the network's competing TV program, Sharkfest. So National Geographic's going woke for the sake of viewership. 7 scientists of colour from the group appeared in this year's programming. Hang on. 7. Out of how many scientists that appeared in Sharkfest? I want to know the figures. Was it more than 2 in 10? Because I want to know. I want to call bullshit if those figures don't add up. Most of Shark Week isn't just filming sharks, it's filming researchers as they research sharks. What the fuck is the problem? Exactly. Sharks are extremely fragile, don't want amateurs messing with sharks. That is true. People, stay the fuck away from the sharks, okay? If you want a good time, wait for a dolphin. Cajun cuisine, poor bastard. Everyone forgets land shark. If you know, you know. Oh, I know. Wait, was it land shark or sand shark? Either way, the last 10-15 minutes of that movie, where the size of the shark changes, and it's like the massive fin going through a fucking like cliffside, and then it jumps out at the person. That was hilarious. Whoa, they got to pull their finger out of their ass to film sharks. Let's not get too hasty. YouTube not telling you about me? I can't say I'm shocked. Land shark. Yeah. I have a friend whose daughter was thinking of studying for marine biology, and she saw how little money they make. She went into marketing instead. Yeah. This sort of shit is the only way that they get any sort of attention and clout and all that sort of stuff. You either make it onto something like Shark Week, or apparently Shark Fest, or you make very little money. It's a passion job. So I'm sorry. Rather than bitching and moaning and trying to draw attention to yourself this way, go out, make your own fucking documentary. You reckon that there's not enough minorities in it? Fill it with as many minorities as you like. I was about to make a very fucking racist joke. I'm going to leave that one alone. Bree must love to make it work. Exactly. She needs a boyfriend. I'm a fishing guide. I've handled thousands and thousands of fish. Sharks are in no way fragile. Okay. Alright. Now, the last thing I want to do before I move on to, like, regular news is let's actually look at the research itself. Science only pays if you're working for China. A content analysis of 32 years of Shark Week documentaries. Despite evidence of their importance to the marine ecosystem, at least 32% of all concaridin species are estimated or assessed as threatened with extinction. In addition to the logistical difficulties of effectively conserving wide-range marine species, shark conservation is believed to have been hindered in the past by public perceptions of sharks as dangerous to humans. Shark Week is a high-profile international programming event that has the potential enormous influence on public perceptions of sharks, shark research, shark researchers, and shark conservation. However, Shark Week has received regular criticism for poor factual accuracy, fear-mongering, bias, and inaccurate representations for science and scientists. This research analyzes the content and titles of Shark Week episodes across its entire 32 years of programming to determine if the trends in species are covered. If there are trends in species covered, research... I'll stop you right there. There was always going to be a trend. It was always going to be that great whites and makos were covered. It was always going to happen. And tiger sharks and bull sharks. Because bull sharks... they will eat anything, and they can go in fresh and salt water. So, Shark Week was good to watch while you were in hospital. Good. Dude, I'm sure there's an Asian, Islander, Indian shark scientist in countries where they're the majority. This is dumb because America. And fuck you, I'm not getting in the water with a shark. Go in a cage goes in the water, shark in the water, our shark. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit, because I'm having trouble reading that anyway. 32 years, yep. We analysed titles from 272 episodes, 100% of Shark Week programming. Dear God, guys, they looked at the names of the documentaries. That's some brilliant scientific work right there. Just another racist, sexist hate piece marked as a master's pro-equality. Rather be in the tank with the sharks than these people. Mommy shark do 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 do. Oh look, there we go. Sharks with lasers. I completely forgot that was an emoji. One of the recent episodes was crazy intense with plexiglass. The plexiglass cage broke. Shit. Might have to watch Jaws tonight. Favorite movie character of all time. Oh, there you go. And the content of all episodes available, 201. So of the episodes, so almost a third of the episodes were like missing anyway. Sorry, no, 70%, or quarter of the episodes. Almost a quarter of the episodes they weren't able to review anyway. How do we know that there weren't minorities in those quarter of the episodes? Severely allergic to lead, does that count? US Marine Corps vet and always sketchy stalker fans. Don't like them either. I appreciate your saying talk. Fair enough. Holy shit, Malia Carr coming in with the super chat. Wishing you and your fam an amazing and shark-free 2023. You know what? I don't think it's going to be quite shark-free because now I want to go to the golf... Specifically, I want to go to the golf course in Queensland that has the sharks swimming around in it. But I kind of want to go swimming with them now. Like, just to give this chick the bird. And at some point, I might have to give myself the nickname Mike, or like legally change it or something, just for the week. And then my content will be by a white guy named Mike with no qualifications on it. Where was I? So yeah, almost a quarter of the episodes were not viewed. Our data demonstrates that the majority of episodes are not focused on shark bites, although such shows are common, and many Shark Week programs frame sharks around fear, risk, and adrenaline. Yes, because it's sexy, and it sells, and it brings in viewers. I don't have the tash to pull off being a mic. Fair enough. While criticisms of disproportionate attention to particular characteristic species, e.g. great whites, bull sharks, and tiger sharks, called it! Called it! I have not fucking read this, I called it! I called it. Watch out for the shark essays hanging around the Gold Coast. I mean, I don't know, because getting attacked by a shark makes a cool story, bro. While criticisms are accurate and supported by data, while criticisms of disproportionate attention to particular species are accurate and supported by data, 79 shark species have been featured briefly at least once. Yeah. Because these are the sexy sharks. These are the ones that bring in viewers. Jaws wouldn't have been anywhere near as interesting or like drawn people in if it was a fucking grey nurse shark. You know? Wasn't one of the kids in Jaws named Mike? Yeah. Yep. Now, if I was an aspiring marine biologist, I wouldn't go to Shark Week to educate me. That's entertainment. Damn straight. Oh, Derek's a shark. She can hit me any day. Oh, God. They're specifically analysing the content of Shark Week. It's silly. Yes. That's literally it. So they're shocked that it's mostly great whites, bull sharks, and tiger sharks that are looked at, and it's supported by data. Yeah, because you looked at 201 episodes, and the majority of those would have been about great white sharks, bull sharks, and tiger sharks. I'm not even remotely shocked by that. Why should you be? And why is that newsworthy? Bull sharks are serious. Almost lost my arm to one in Flamingo Bay. Bull shark snuck up on the boat, ate a snook I was putting back. Shit. Shark Week, more like Shark Week. Who gives a fuck about dogfish and hammerheads? Oh, don't get me wrong. There was a really good documentary that I watched about hammerhead sharks. Mike was great in that. Oh, shit. Shark Week's depictions of research and of experts are biased towards a small set of typically visual and expensive research methodologies. Yeah, because they're the ones that are interesting. And mostly white, mostly male experts, including presentation of many white male non-scientists as scientific experts. While sharks are more often portrayed negatively than positively, limited conservation messaging does appear in 53% of the episodes. So you're bitching and moaning that there's not enough conservation stuff, but it appears in more than half of the episodes. And you only watched 75% of the episodes. Like, seriously. Sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads. I know. Is it so freaking difficult to get a shark with with a laser beam on its head? While sharks are more often portrayed negatively than positively, results suggest that as a whole, while Shark Week is likely contributing to the collective public perception as sharks as bad, even relatively small alterations to programming decisions could substantially improve the presentation of sharks and shark science and conservation issues. In come the sex bots! Okay, so we've got all this sort of shit. And look, the data's all there. You can go and look at it yourself. I can't be stuffed. And look, open access article distributed under the terms of the Common Core, which permits unrestricted use, distribution, and reproduction in any medium. So, no one's copywriting me for this. Does Zoe expect you to put thought into the articles? If they're claiming to be scientists, I fucking expect them to put thought in. I do. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. It's like 20 pages. Fictional programming from Shark Week has also generated scientific criticism, with shows like Megalodon, The Monster Shark Lives, Megalodon, The New Evidence, and Shark of Darkness, Wrath of Submarine, presenting fictional storylines featuring computer-generated CGI, and actors pretending to be scientists and government officials, without clear communication to the viewer of these programs being not factual. Are you seriously telling me that the documentary that I watched of a megalodon biting a submarine in half was not factual? These people think we're idiots. Vote for this author to go swim with sharks and tape it. The proponents of the science. Never short Sharknado, but did it have diversity in the sharks? Yeah, actually, they were pretty good with it in terms of the sharks in that movie. Just go to the conclusion, results, and discussion. No. What I'm going to is the specific paragraph where they talk about Mike. That's what I'm going to do. These days, sharks are probably viewed more favorably in the public than academics. Maybe they should be more worried about that. Spoiler alert right there. Isn't Shark Week filmed in Australia? I used to think that all Australians were named Bruce. Some things are filmed here in Australia because we do have a large contingent of great whites and various other types of sharks. Intro where they present literature on the topic, though. Yeah. What do we got? Oh, yeah. See, and they're still going on about the fucking megalodon shark that lived 15 million years ago. Blah blah blah. Defenses of Shark Week have typically fallen into two primary categories. Firstly, defenders of the current programming have argued that alternative programming choices do not exist. Exactly. Go and make your own if you've got a problem with it. Oh, well, Pleb, can you shoot me a message on Twitter or something? Because I'll follow up on that. Both Discovery Communications and National Geographic have stated that it is impossible to include more diverse representation of shark scientists because of available shark scientists being predominantly white men, and that demand will not allow for more conservation-focused or science-focused programs. Exactly! People don't give a shit about shark conservation. We want to see motherfucking sharks flying out of the motherfucking ocean, chasing after seals. That's what we want to see. It's really not that difficult. These arguments are undermined by the existence of organisations like Minorities in Shark Science, which was formed 2 years ago during the pandemic. Which to date has over 300 members, including a portion who are employed as shark scientists. I'm sorry, what? Minorities in Shark Scientists has 300 members, a portion of whom are employed as shark scientists. Are they fucking kidding me? Who identify... Oh. Yeah, no. Who identify as women of colour, and the popularity of factual documentary television nature programming, like that found on the BBC, as opposed to the more hybrid programming combining factual and non-factual or fictional genres often seen on Shark Week. Then don't fucking watch Shark Week. Go and watch the BBC. Matthew, I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm sensationalizing this the same way that they do. Bloody hell. In some, the narrative around Shark Week programming is complex. Shark Week clearly resonates with a large viewership. Yep. However, viewers and scholars have often perceived a lack of diversity, a focus on shark attacks, and negative and fear-mongering messaging, and factual inaccuracies. Given the different narratives around Shark Week and the event's potential importance for generating public support for Shark Week conservation, our goal was to quantify some of the reported trends in Shark Week programming. Previous studies have examined select times periods in Shark Week's history, but a comprehensive study of the entirety of the history of Shark Week has not been previously performed. Well, good on them. Specifically, we test the following hypotheses to better understand the content of Shark Week episodes. Titles of Shark Week episodes using negative language to evoke fear, and the use of negative language has increased over time. Shark Week episodes focus on the 3 species of sharks most associated with shark attacks. Yeah, because they're cool, and that's what we're after. Shark Week episodes focus on shark attacks on humans and swimming with sharks with no broader goal, rather than scientific research or conservation. Who cares? No one said that it had to be scientifically accurate or anything. Like, seriously. Not seeing any sharks around here, although I'm sure some have been recorded, but I've spent many hours watching pods of dolphins playing when I've sat on the beach. Well, there you go. Sharks are vital predators. Mm-hmm. Change its name to Megalodon and watch them have a breakdown. No one wants to watch nurse sharks. They're docile and boring. They're generally not the... Look, honestly, as bad as it sounds, the shark enclosure at the aquarium is not what I'm interested in. For it to be peer-reviewed and published in PLOS, you have to do this fluff when presenting. Yeah. Shark Week episodes focus on a small number of research methodologies, primarily tagging. What's your point? You want to see You want to see stuff about something else? Go and make it yourself. Expert/hosts featured on Shark Week episodes tend to be white and male, which include many with no or little scientific expertise, and a number of people that are on many episodes. Again, who gives a shit? Are they basically saying that the guys that are out there, I don't know, helping bring them in are not scientists? I wouldn't expect them to be. Guys in the chat, I don't want to be sexist. Ladies and gents in the chat, if you have caught a shark on a line, what are your scientific qualifications to have done that? Just saying. Shark Week episodes are largely filmed in a few locations repeatedly each year. See Air Jaws, the series of episodes. Okay. Shark Week episodes tend to portray sharks negatively while also presenting statements about conservation that are not actionable. Waiting for Shark Brothers? Oh, God. This quantitative analysis, the key features of Shark Week's 30-plus year run, will provide better data to discuss. I'm not going to bother. So they did title analysis, episode analysis. I'm not reading through all of this. Host and expert analysis. To better understand the sources of the expert analysis, we assess the academic research productivity of those identified as experts, scientists, and researchers as a rough proxy for recognized scientific activity. Alright, just so you know, Mystic Magic's very excited you read a comment. Oh, really? Was that the one yesterday, or have I specifically missed one in chat? In which case, I sincerely apologise. Not a scientist, but I've watched it on TV. Well, there you go. Glad you're covering this topic. Makes New Year's Eve bearable. Not a chef either, but I can cook a mean shark steak. Did they complain in this article that there's not enough ethnic minorities attacked by sharks? It's illegal to use barracuda as bait for shark fishing. Really? Well, there you go. Racist sharks. They did a Holiday Inn once. Well, that must make you a scientist. That must make you like a CSI tech. You can check for all the stains and shit with a black light. While we recognise that there are other types of expertise outside of scientific expertise that are important and real, direct experience with sharks but not scientific method, we observed through our own casual viewing and this study that the activities shown in Shark Week episodes are often framed as scientific experiments. Because God forbid you should have to actually be a scientist if you wanted to conduct what you would class as a scientific experiment. Like, I'm sorry, but now they're saying, oh, it's not scientific if kids mix baking soda and vinegar to make a volcano? Like, get fucked. Even though they were sometimes poorly designed, not actual experiments, pseudoscience, or attempted to answer a question that was already answered decades earlier. Attempted to answer a question... seriously? Fuck off. Have a collection of megalodon teeth. Awesome. Gives me more scientific qualification than the author of this article. Came to bother me. She was very excited about it. Oh, well, that's sweet. Tell her thank you. One shark I would not have the patience with to catch is a Greenland shark. We want sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads. Hey, there she is. Cheers. Watch a YouTube channel called Ocean Conservation Namibia. It's a group who save seals being choked by fishing lines, etc. They're mostly white males, which is irrelevant. They do great work. Well, there you go. With all the problems in the world, they took their energy to go after the people producing Shark Week. Yes, Baked Alaska, that's exactly what they did. They then used Google Scholar to determine the number of peer-reviewed publications authored by each Shark Week expert. These scientific journal publications are not only evidence of scientific expertise, we also counted authorship of peer-reviewed book chapters and edited books, abstracts from conferences, and government reports. Who the fuck has time for that? If you're out there tagging sharks or, you know, actually swimming and following them around, all that sort of stuff, who the fuck's got time to write a book? Just saying. Saw a play about sharks and jets. It was truly a West Side Story. There's a Google Scholar. Did you not know that? Yeah, if you go to Google, you can actually look up like peer-reviewed articles and all sorts of things. It's actually really good. I mean, look, there are better sources of information, as I'm sure Matthew would be able to point out. But if you're looking for certain things, yeah. Damn, fell asleep. I miss a lot. Just me laughing at some woke-ass people trying to say that it's not a good idea for a white guy named Mike to film a shark. Find yourself a recovering vegetarian. They have to learn to cook to make anything taste good. Okay. Hang on. I want to skip through. So they did species analysis. Results and discussion. Title and analysis programming. Here you go, Matt. You happy? I finally got there. Between 1988 and 2020, there was 272 unique Shark Week program titles. For the first 15 years, the number of the original programs did not exceed 7 each year. The number of programs began to increase dramatically after 2010 because people were interested. With the greatest number of unique programs, 24, produced in 2018 and 2020. Yeah, because it was a legitimate reason for people to be outside in the sun and ocean. Call it Google sewer as academia has gone through the drain thanks to these woke muppets. Over half, 51.8% of all Shark Week programming was produced in the last 8 years. The increase in that... Wait, what? That's what you're bitching and moaning about? With almost half... So you go on about how you searched up 30 years worth of shark material and more than half of it's been produced in less than the last decade. And you're complaining that it just happens to be the same guy's white guy named Mike is like looking at sharks and stuff. Are you fucking kidding me? Sort of strange, in my opinion, that Lisa B. Whitnick is writing about media stuff unless I'm missing something, which I could be. I think she was just really bored. I mean, this article was supposedly came out during the lockdown, so... Is Warner Brothers taking this seriously, or are they just idiots? God, I hope they're not taking it seriously, I really do. What if we put a shark in a wind tunnel? Shit, actually that reminds me, I just need to double check something, make sure that I'm not completely abusing my people over on Rumble. Thank you to the 10 people watching there. Psychodol92, hit the plussy. D. Linda, Happy New Year. Okay, where did I get to? The increase in the number of titles each year to best fit the exponential function. Okay, I don't care about that. Overall, 59 titles, 21.7% used words with negative connotations. You're bitching and moaning because just over a fifth of the titles had a negative connotation. And Mike probably broke this lady's heart, quite possibly. When the titles were analysed, in context, considering negative phrases rather than individual words, 42.6% of the titles were categorised as negative. Number of negative titles increased proportionally to the number of titles as the exponential function. Okay, I don't know or care about any of that. Frequency of negative words used in episode titles. Okay, hang on. Where's the stuff about Mike? I want to get to Mike. I don't care about the titles. They can cover whatever the hell they want in a name. I mean, the names are literally supposed to be clickbait, so you go and watch it. Conclusion may be less statistic heavy, probably. I am just more interested in what they had to say about Mike, which should be coming up. No research or high tech methods dominate. So the stuff that people are interested in seeing dominated. I'm shocked. Pretty sure they nailed airplane wings by studying the movement of water over fins. Thought it was movement of air over wings on birds and stuff. Shark skin swimsuits are banned. They're not made of shark skin though. Next, we're going to say the female sharks get less screen time. Wasn't Mike Tyson literally on Shark Week a couple of years back? Pretty sure he was, actually. So they're bitching about the research methodology. Oh, look, I already highlighted it. I could have just jumped straight to it. That's annoying. They're literally bitching and moaning about content created that because it's on Discovery Channel, oh, it has to fit the entire scientific method. It can't be Lisa White next to Taylor Lorenzo scientists. Okay. Featured experts. Overwhelmingly white males with widely variable levels of scientific training and scientific expertise. 229 hosts/experts were featured in Shark Week episodes. Remember, this is of the 3/4 of the episodes they were able to actually watch. In the post hoc reliability analysis, 100 experts were identified in the 21 episodes, with agreement across 87 of them, 87% agreement, and Collins Capra 74 substantial agreement. All disagreements came from episodes that featured many experts for brief periods of time. Who owns Discovery? Warner Brothers. Shark Week episodes often repeatedly rely on a subset of hosts and experts. 102 of the 229 experts were featured in more than one episode. Well, yeah, like you just said, more than half of the content was created in the last 8 years. Of course they're going to recycle the experts, because that's who they are, that's who they have. What, they're supposed to go off and, like, hand pick and, like, have a massive list and check people off as they go, just say, nope, we used him, nope, we used him, nope. Who can we use next year? Oh, there's some minority scientist off in, you know, some South Asian area where we haven't used them before. Let's put them in. Not very woke to call them Warner Brothers. Don't be scared of sharks unless it has a boulder on its fin. Shit, where did I go to? Of those, 80 were featured 2 to 5 times, 13 were featured 6 to 10 times, and 9 were featured more than 10 times. Of the later, 8 of the 9 expert hosts were featured between 10 and 19 episodes, with one person featured in 43 different episodes. Okay, and did that person have scientific credentials, or were they just fucking good at their job? If you see the police Warner brother, jeez, mighty. All were associated with male pronouns and white or white perceived by our coders. White perceived? So it could have just been a really fair-skinned Hispanic person or something like that. What the fuck? Maybe because they picked the experts by their expertise, not some idiotic woke checklist? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, this is very, like, the way that they've written this. I mean, one person was featured in 43 different episodes. They haven't specified who the fuck that was. Maybe that one person in the 43 different episodes who was, like, the most, like, credentialed. Or maybe it was just a white guy named Mike who has spent decades upon decades learning about sharks and dealing with them and, you know, having the credentials to be the person in 43 different shows. Sharks have 2 penises. You learned that on Shark Week. Well, there you go. Authors started to research racial inequality in March Madness, but didn't like the results, so moved on to sharks. 22.7% of the 204 people billed as an expert scientist or researcher by Shark Week have no peer-reviewed publications. Okay. People apparently liked him. Or like him. And they were mad that a lady wasn't the voice of Shark Week. Apparently. 14.4% of featured experts have between 1 and 5 scientific publications. And although some of these individuals are early career researchers, many are people who have not worked professionally in science. For example, one cinematographer is a co-author on 2 scientific publications, but is primarily not a scientist. I think that's all the better then, if it's in a peer-reviewed journal. Because it means they're actually taking the time to learn and show that they actually have, like, knowledge on the subject. I assume most people watch for the goddamn sharks. Exactly. Or is the only guy doing studies people like most, like the aerial studies? Quite possibly too. However, just over 41% of the experts featured have more than 26 peer-reviewed publications. Almost half have more than 26 peer-reviewed publications, and you're bitching and moaning about them not being qualified? Although the metric of publications is an imperfect measure of scientific research contributions, it does provide a general sense of whether someone is actively engaged in publishable scientific research. Maybe they're just out there making content. Maybe they're just out there filming sharks. Maybe, just maybe, it doesn't have to be scientifically done. I don't know about you guys, but I don't watch Discovery for Science anymore. And I sure as shit don't watch Shark Week to learn about, like, science about sharks. Watch for the sharks when I do, only care if the hosts are annoying and take away from the sharks. Publication metrics and credentials may not be central to television representations of expertise. On US talk shows, experts, particularly intellectual experts, are subject to leveling or being treated in ways that present them as equivalently knowledgeable as non-experts. They are often brought on late in an episode, featured alongside non-experts, given little time to speak, frequently interrupted, and may be challenged or disagreed with. God forbid someone be challenged or disagreed with. Jackass is literally a bunch of dudes fucking around with a camera. Successful show, people liked it. Not the most scientific or educational, though. True. In some sense, Shark Week undertakes a similar leveling process, treating activists, divers, camera people, and others as having equivalent scientific expertise to credentialed scientists. Now I just feel like someone's butthurt because they feel like people are being put on. I think this person's a little bit butthurt because they were on a pedestal and they're not anymore. Hey, Shizzy. Bring your drinking boots, have a couple of steaks to grill up tonight. If I can, I will. It's Sunday and we've got the family at home, so there's a chance that I might not be able to. Like watching the History Channel for real. History not going to happen anymore. It's all about fucking fake-ass reality shows. Yeah, or aliens. Or conspiracy theories, or turned into Mad TV and just started playing shit that was boring. Well, there you go. Wait until this broad moves on to paleontology. She'll have a full-blown meltdown. What? Because she'll have to talk about bones all the time? God forbid there's any discussion or debate on sharks. Unpopular opinion, don't watch or even give a shit about Shark Week. Well, there you go. Of the 9 most frequently featured hosts or experts, 3 have no peer-reviewed publications. I don't care. Including the host with most Shark Week episodes, 43. Okay, there you go. Way to bury that in there, okay? Up here, down here, they're saying, oh, the guy that was involved in 43 episodes has no... So, I don't know. Was he just a host, maybe? Travel Channel used to have travel. Now it has ghost and paranormal stuff. I blame Mike. I blame Mike too. Papson. Cross the Fin Line of Terror, Shark Week on Discovery, 1992, distinguishes between 2 types of Shark Week experts: experiential experts who have direct experience with sharks but are not scientists, and scientists. While there are multiple kinds of useful and relevant knowledge, it may be helpful for Shark Week to more clearly distinguish between scientists and non-scientists, who may well possess other forms of valuable expertise, but should not be presented as scientific authorities. Yep. Now this is, like I said, this is coming across to me as someone that's butthurt. It's also noteworthy that many of the most egregious and harmful factual errors or misrepresentations highlighted in criticisms of Shark Week came from non-scientists who Shark Week presented as scientific experts. Shark Week programming has previously been criticised for overwhelmingly featuring white men as experts in their programming. Who did that? Oh dear God. Reality Blurred made an article and they quoted that. A Shark Week and Shark Fest experts, are they mostly men? Why and does it matter? An article from 2020 from realityblurred.com/realitytv. Left it with the same impression after viewing 201 episodes. 93.9% of the experts were white or white perceived by our coders, with only 6.1% being perceived as non-white. 24 out of 201 episodes included at least one host expert perceived as coders by non-white. Only one episode included more than one that was non-white. Based on the search of our biographies, interviews, and other social media posts, no experts used non-binary pronouns or publicly mentioned being trans. Maybe because in their line of work, they don't give a shit about that. They keep it to themselves because they know that it's not, you know, it's not something they want to use to taint the research that they're doing. Red reality blurred for gossipy stuff is like the Inquirer. Well, there you go. Based on search of biographies, yeah, read that. 78.6% of hosts or experts were associated with male pronouns. An online biography of 2 host experts was not readily available via a Google search. Oh dear God, congratulations. Tranny shark do 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 do. I hate you for that, Garrett. Whole article sounds racist. Mm-hmm. Whereas the remaining hosts / experts, 20.1, were associated with female pronouns. Yeah. So they're saying that there weren't enough people of color, and given that there's roughly, what, 20%, so 1 in 5. That's a good point, actually. Hang on. Tell me, people, when you're watching these shark documentaries, more likely than not, it's not just going to be a single guy on a boat, is it? On these figures, 1 in 5 is a woman. 1 in 5 of those people on that boat is going to be a woman. And they're bitching and moaning and wanting more quotas. Tell you what, throw them all on a boat, let them go out there, film their own documentary. How many people who actually scuba dive? Hmm. 60 of the 201 episodes included at least one host or expert estimated associated with female pronouns. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, no, that'd be about right. Only 11 episodes included more than one who was associated with female pronouns. What a way to say that. Instead of being a woman, you're associated with female pronouns. And yet they've specifically said that none of the research that they did indicated that anyone was like transgender or anything like that. Do pronouns even matter when you're reporting on sharks? I don't understand any of this because I'm far too privileged. This is annoying because they're not experts in social science or media or political science. Very true. I wonder if taxpayers' money was used for this ridiculous research. More than likely. More than likely. Sharks don't care about pronouns. Oh no, they're equal opportunity hunters. Hang on. Of the 35 experts referred to as doctor, 3 were associated with female pronouns. We note that 2 of the male experts referred to as doctor do not have a PhD, DVM, or similar degree, and that some expert hosts known to have a PhD were not referred to as doctor. Yeah, it's not going to be 100% factually accurate. For God's sakes, it's entertainment. Our results overrepresent the coverage of experts associated with female pronouns and experts perceived by coders as non-white. If a female or non-white perceived expert was featured on the screen in an episode in which the vast majority of speaking was performed by a male or white perceived expert, the episode was counted as featuring a female expert. They're actually saying that, oh yeah, we still counted it if the woman got talked over. Scientists don't consider fishermen experts, but the fishermen have tens of thousands of hands-on hours experience. Exactly. I blame the Turks. Let's reclaim Constantinople. Jesus Christ. Okay, where's the... Okay, we're almost there. All right. Based on data from the US National Science Foundation and US Census data, people identifying as Hispanic or Latino, is that even politically correct now to be able to say Latino? I didn't think it was. American Indian or Alaskan Native or Black or African American are underrepresented in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Women are also underrepresented in science, filling approximately 26% of jobs, with underrepresentation even more pronounced among women of colour. Systematic racism in STEM begins in the K-12 classroom and continues beyond high... They've completely moved on. What the fuck does any of this have to do with whether or not they're on a boat filming a shark? People really got paid for the study? Yeah. STEM fields and shark science in particular are known to suffer from problems with misogyny, harassment, and discrimination. According to these popular articles from Scientific American, I'll take that one. Trainees report harassment. Gender and racial counter stereotypes in scientific education television. Jesus Christ. Oh, and that's a good, like, 20 years old as well. These issues contribute to the historical and current exclusion of people from all STEM fields. Inclusion of all identities is critical for future of STEM and science research, shark science specifically. Including more diverse experts in Shark Week episodes will not, of course, address all of the barriers and issues in STEM or shark science. However, Shark Week is the highest profile media coverage that the field of shark science receives, and overwhelmingly features white men, overwhelmingly featuring white men signals to viewers, including students who may want to be professional scientists, that one has to be a white man to be successful in science. Or does someone have someone's genetics have to do with sharks? Nothing. Not a damn thing. How many identify as American? Could see Flavor Flav host a Shark Week show, boy. Motherfucking sharks in a motherfucking boat. Indeed, media portrayals of scientists, which are often white and male, contribute to how children perceive scientists and draw scientists. Gendered preconceptions of science being male-dominated can push girls away from science. This becomes a cycle of excluding people from the field, which in turn means that role models with the same identities that are being excluded are few and far between. Counter-stereotyping and access to same race and same-sex role models can play an important role in making historically excluded groups feel a greater sense of belonging in science. So the availability of role models, including in the media, is significant. Mike Rowe had a bit of a response to this crap as a white man named Mike who was hosted Shark Week. Hang on, is that legit? Yes, it is! Oh, and he was on Louder with Crowder. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't have that article. Still can't get out over how out of their lane they are. Well, they must have been very bloody bored. Okay, we're almost there. The selection methods for experts appearing on Shark Week have an important influence on content. Experts may be selected for media appearances based on prior existing relationships with the producer or documentary team, or may have been asked to vet or continue other potential experts being considered. As people are more likely to have social networks structured around homophily, I think that's right, primarily composed of people similar to themselves, these recruitment process methods can perpetuate a lack of diversity amongst featured experts. Host experts are also found through production teams researching social media or published works, such as research papers. This is more likely to favour established senior researchers with larger publication records or higher public profile. Could also result in people with a particularly active social media presence being featured. Tell you what, put me on Shark Week. whether or not they are scientific experts. Even if female experts are found, women tend to be under-recognised for their scientific achievement compared to their male collaborators. The limitations created by this recruitment process are not necessarily insurmountable. Shark Week's chief competitor, National Geographic's Shark Fest, has partnered with non-profit minorities in shark sciences to improve diversity amongst its own hosts, while Shark Week has made no such moves publicly as at the time of writing. That's because the partnership... Hang on, where was this? Published November. Because God forbid that a group that was formed 2 years ago should have wormed its way into Discovery already. Just saying. Fully support Hayden on Shark Week. Well, it sounds like I'd be just as good as an expert, so... Pro tip for lady scientists: wear a lower gut blouse. Garrett! Bad Garrett. Alright, hang on. Where's the conclusion? Shark Week has a complicated history over the course of its 30 plus years, and it's received substantial criticism for scientific inaccuracy. So don't treat it as scientifically factual. Understand that it is what it is, okay? Shark Week's starting to fall into the same category as those fucking like paranormal investigation shows. You can tell when it's complete and utter bullshit. Seriously, stop taking your lives so fucking seriously. While also unquestioningly increased the public attention paid to sharks. This analysis attempted to quantitatively assess some of the trends and practices seen in Shark Week programming that has been anecdotally discussed for decades. A little bit of bolstering there. Our analysis demonstrate that the majority of episodes are not focused on shark bites, although such episodes are common, and many titles and episodes are framed around fear, risk, and adrenaline. Shark Week episodes contain many of the same cinematic structures as fictional films featuring sharks. Well, yeah, I don't know about you, but has anyone actually tried to get a shark to jump out of water on command or, you know, attack a crocodile? That was one of the best ones that I've seen, by the way. The Great White Shark versus Crocodile. Ultimately, the Great White Shark wins because the crocodile has to come up for air. Spoiler alert, sorry. But you're not going to be able to do, like, animal v animal without being just, like, ridiculous about it. Which serve to build suspense and keep people watching. No shit. Including tangential mentions, a surprising number and diversity of shark species have been featured, although anecdotal descriptions of disproportionate attention to particularly large characteristic species are supported by our data. No shit. You're surprised that the larger shark species are the ones that people watch and are interested in? Sharks don't murder, they shark? Yeah. Just slap lasers on their heads. Shark Week's depictions of research and of scientists are biased towards particular research methodologies and mostly white, mostly male scientists, including non-scientists being presented as scientific experts, even as they share incorrect information. Our results, coupled with scholarly literature, suggest that as a whole, Shark Week is likely contributing to a collective perception of sharks as monsters, and that even relatively small alterations to programming decisions could substantially improve the presentation of sharks and shark science and conservation issues. This requires a complex balance of Shark Week's potentially competing goals to educate and entertain audiences and contribute to conservation. I don't think Shark Week's about conservation anymore. Hayden does Shark Week. We're going Shark Week, but I'm afraid the only role I'd be qualified for is bait. Full of buxom young shark expert featured in Sharknado. If Shark Week doesn't retain viewers, any efforts to improve programs' educational conservation impact will not be meaningful. No shit. So what they're admitting there is if they ruin the video, if they ruin the type of content, no one's going to watch and it's not going to make a difference anyway. These competing imperatives have been recognised since at least the 1940s, with radio shows such as Great Moments in Science and television's The Nature of Things successfully combining entertainment and accurate educational content. Successful, scientifically accurate programming featuring Don Herbert, Mr. Wizard, Carl Sagan, and Bill Nye, amongst other things, succeeded in the hosts displaying excellent and entertaining communication skills. Programming featuring stunning visuals and music such as Blue Planet and Planet Earth. And effectively entices viewers with visual and oral pleasure, while also delivering accurate educational information. Given its popularity and global viewership, Shark Week has the potential to generate interest in both sharks and scientific careers amongst viewers. However, Shark Week fails to feature the full range of shark research topics and methods and the diversity of people performing research on sharks. Cultivating a positive attitude towards sharks through Shark Week has a potential to drive enhanced support of shark and ocean conservation efforts. Currently, Shark Week can be seen as a missed opportunity to benefit sharks, shark science, and shark conservation. Shark racism started with the Fonz. And I remember the guy who was rubbing on sharks to put them to sleep. Don't recall seeing that, but that doesn't sound right. How much did National Geographic pay for the article anyway? Or maybe they funded the research. Almost all fish go tonic if you invert them. Yes, that is true. Bill Nye's a bloody joke. I don't know. Bill Nye, I thought they wanted scientists. I enjoyed the Bill Nye Saves the World on Netflix, although I don't think that's specifically like scientific. Flip the shark over and it gives it a stroke. 10 minutes to go. Congratulations, getting there. Okay. What do I want to do this on? Oh, no shit, there's a Reddit post. There's a Reddit thread on it. You know that we're gonna have a look at that. I don't want louder with Crowder. Let's have a look at the Blaze. What did Micro have to say? Okay, not a huge amount. By the looks of it. Put a rather funny reaction on Facebook on Wednesday, where he said, "No, I don't care about that. No thanks. No, I'm not giving you my damn email." Good morning. As a excuse me. As a white male named Mike who has hosted Shark Week more than once, this headline caught my eye in the Washington Post. I suspect I might be asked to respond specifically to this headline. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Unless, of course, you're a white guy named Mike. I think we've all heard quite enough from you. I need a drink. Shit. Ooh, can't drink that. Shit, I've got to turn off my camera so you don't see my ass. Be right back, guys. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, thank God for the for the mini fridge. Oh, that's better. That's better. Don't die now. I don't know. Maybe Mike got me. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. Unless you're a white guy named Mike, I think we've all heard from you quite enough. In addition, Whiteman assumed that commenting on the post story would applaud the study, but a quick look at the comments, which I can't access the news article anymore. Amazing research, one commenter wrote. I'm hoping this woman now tries to cancel the great white shark as clearly a racist shark and sues Steven Spielberg for clearly emphasizing only great whites in his racist movie Jaws. Actually, you know, I'll move this across to you so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There we go. There. Oh, come on. I was literally already looking at it. Discovery has not highlighted a single researcher who identifies as a shark, nor a shark who identifies as a researcher. It's absolutely disgraceful. Like all of the wokeness, it's narcissistic for performance art by neurotic white people for neurotic white people. Meth is bad, commented another. I saw this headline being dunked on and immediately thought, please don't let this be the post. Is this a joke article? I'm not seeing it, another commented. It's basically an Onion article. The left just keeps creating parody of itself. Another example of how the progressive demand for racism outstrips actual supply. You have got to be kidding, said another. This is an early April Fool's prank, right? If not, pass the poison Kool-Aid and let's just end it all now. Why is only the white shark called great? Another commented, the ocean is so damn racist. So, there you go. What an absolute joke that is. Okay, I'll have a quick, very, very quick look through the, how long's the thread? Wow, that's a long Reddit thread on this shit. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to go through all of that. Is it April Fool's already? Not the Onion somehow. For real, like, who's funding all this research? Surely government grant money could be put to better use than finding out if a TV show has an acceptable number of white people or not. Sharks have stem cells that allow for tooth regeneration. That must be racist. Fucking hell. Wonder if Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't volunteer to get in the water with sharks. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't imagine this costs very much. It's not like they had to have a team of 20 researchers and a massive laboratory and time on the social justice warrior stuff just to watch Shark Week and write down what shows up. I think it's an important thing to mention. Not all research is funded, but that's because it doesn't need to be funded. I'm carrying out some with peers at my institution on mentorship. All it's cost us is time. Any articles we read are in the database of our own institution that it pays for the students. A survey tool is the same way. We just sent it out with no incentive other than they may get some sort of benefit if we go with the program. The only funding we would need is if we want to present it. Then usually every department has money for travel, entry fee, food, and printing costs. Typically that doesn't cover everything. I think that people often think there's just piles of money out there for research, but there's not. If something does get funded, it isn't always at the level that people think it is. Which makes this all the worse. Because someone has more than likely funded this bullshit. And taken it away from someone that probably could have actually used it. The article's paywalled, so I don't actually know what kind of research was conducted to come to this conclusion. The projects I've been part of as an undergrad have been expensive as fuck and come with an NIH grant, but that's bioscience. Well, there you go. A bored Shark Week fan with a laptop and an Excel open would be good enough for this kind of research, clearly. I've always thought the lack of black sharks was a problem. Oh, shit. Sure, that makes sense. I would be more of a fan of diversity of sharks as well. More sharks, less people. Human Week, from the shark's perspective. Except it's like chopped. Bruce, your human tartar is uninspired. You've been chopped. Love it. Oh, enough great whites already. You're telling me they couldn't find a single great black shark. Mike Week isn't interesting, unfortunately. Are the exact same findings for dirty jobs. Oh, God. Alright. So there you have it, people. There you have it. The Washington Post taking a paragraph out of a 20-page research article. Can't believe it's not Onion. And this blew up. That's the thing. Like, this actually became a thing. Because the woke are running out of things to complain and bitch about. We've already seen that they've started turning on each other. And now they're turning on Shark Week. Like, seriously, grow the fuck up, people, and learn to actually be happy in life. Stop wasting funds, exactly. And stop trying to drive up controversy just because you've got what will eventually be a failing medium. Because it's not worth our fucking time. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of the War on Offense. I don't have a specific set timeline for them. It's going to be as bullshit comes up. So, professional victims. Exactly. Professional fucking victims. I didn't actually cover a single damn news article I was going to today either. Happens with no. Then people would care about real issues, Aussie. We can't have that. No, of course not. Accept what you have and use it wisely to the best of your ability. Damn straight. And just get on with your life. Seriously. Alrighty, guys. So, two things coming up. I will be doing with an interview with the CEO of Michigan Space Technologies. This guy literally dares to compare rocket sizes with Elon Musk. I'm incredibly excited for that. Thank you for thinking of us when you think about offensive things. Oh, just got here but enjoyed. What did I catch? Woke bullshit. Goosebump, you might as well go to the start. I have nothing better to do other than hang out with an awesome chat. No, look, I still have to give some family time, okay? I do. Yes, please double check you're still subscribed. Susan and her bloody voodoo. But yes, what was I saying? Michigan Space Technologies. Yes, we're going to learn all about rockets and the next generation of multi-phase flight and all sorts of other crap. Really looking forward to it, okay? So keep an eye out. I'll certainly try and put the notifications out at least, more than 15 minutes beforehand. But as always, guys, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya! Wait, what? There's an update about Hogue. What, aside from... Oh, hang on. Twitter. Messages. Let me just double check. The last I heard that he'd been in surgery and they were still waiting on various things. Oh, last up from me today. So, Mrs. Hogue, have lots to say, but I get emotional, so please know that the doctor was just here and said that's more than I expected to see as a test result, and that is your prayers and pixie dust in action. He's doing better than the doctors expected. So, best of luck, Rick. And guys, if you can spare a thought, 30-second prayer, just as... whether you're religious or not, it counts. Okay? Anyway. Adios, guys.